Welcome back to the Golf Clan. I'm Dougie. This video has 3 parts. 1, this is happening. 2, let's go through all the benefits of Paige joining Bob Does Sports. And 3, why would Paige want to join Bob Does Sports? Hope you're ready for a new episode. There's a lot to digest in this one. I reached out to Robbie Berger via Instagram a couple hours ago for a comment on the story. Have not yet heard back from him. You're talking about a guy who spends 16 hours a day on his phone, mostly on Instagram and Cameo. Tough pill for me to swallow. I did not reach out to Paige for a comment. Can you even imagine what her DMs look like? Let's jump right into it. First, this is actually happening. Let's take a look at Instagram. I'm pulling up some screenshots here. So 1 day ago, Paige posted a picture with the Bob Does Sports crew there. And in the comments, if we scroll down, Paige was responding to someone who said that they were hyped about this. And she said the videos are going to be fire. I'm trying to convince them to make me their 4th. That's why we are having this conversation right here. Fat Perez, I think, is traveling. What's new? He did a little Q&A on his Instagram story. Someone said, why don't y'all have a 4th golfer? You taking applications? And Fat Perez shared his story. At Paige Renee made one heck of a case for herself the other day, and there was a video of her smoking a drive. Paige shared this to her story and said, put me in, coach, I'm ready. That's why we're here. This is actually happening. If you saw my last video, you may think that I'm trying to make a story out of nothing here, saying that Paige is joining Bob Does Sports as a 4th member. Paige is sharing to her story saying, put me in, coach, give me the rock, I'm ready to go. This is serious. This is not a joke anymore. This is not one flippant comment. So let's dive into it. Now that we've looked at the evidence, let's talk about all of the benefits that Bob Does Sports would stand to gain by taking Paige as the 4th member of the crew. Firstly, one could make the case that both Paige Renee and Bob Does Sports have a very similar demographic of viewers, mainly male. You've seen some of the videos from the Breezy Invitational meetups. I see guys, right? I don't see a lot of women coming to these events, and so really it's a safe play from that perspective. Secondly, it's a new dynamic to the group. When you add a woman, it changes up the dynamic a little bit, and that could be a benefit in terms of attracting different people onto the Bob Does Sports channel. Right now, it's very bro heavy. You got the 3 guys having a lot of cocktails, doing food challenges, and collaborating with professional athletes. If you add Paige Renee to the group, now there's a crossover into a whole different lane in terms of, I don't know what celebrities follow Paige Renee, but I'm sure with over 3 million followers on Instagram, she's got a lot of connections, a lot of hookups. I'm sure her DMs are active. What type of guests would Bob Does Sports have access to if Paige was a 4th member? The next benefit is sponsorship opportunities. I bet she's making buku bucks from these brand deals. Bob Does Sports has been doing well. You know, Bob recently signed with UTA, United Talent Agency. They have sponsors such as Corona. But if you add Paige as a 4th member, whatever the rate is for these brand deals or partnerships, double it, because Paige is now on board and she has a ton of power and leverage because of all the eyeballs on her content, and better partnerships for Bob Does Sports come with that as well. And then lastly, talk about the game that Paige has, right? Paige may be known for some other things on social media, but what gets lost in the shuffle sometimes is the player that she is. She can absolutely hang with some of the best in the golf influencer spaces as a former competitive player herself. And so you add her to the mix, now we're talking about a foursome that is very dynamic. When you have Fat Perez, Joey Coldcuts, and Robbie Berger playing together, if Coldcuts and Robbie are having an off day, Perez really has to basically, he can't miss. He has all the pressure. You add Paige there, now you have 2 sticks. And then you also open up other opportunities such as intra Bob Does Sports series and matches. Lately, Bob Does Sports has been kind of launching this FP versus, right? FP will take on whoever it is in the golf YouTube space in one-on-one matches. And that's great. And I think that's really entertaining. But what about a Fat Perez versus Paige Spiranac ongoing series of matches hosted by Bob Does Sports? That would be something that I think people would tune into every single week to see FP try to Euro step his way past Paige Spiranac. I think that would be an awesome series. All right, now we come to part 3 of this video, which is if you were Paige Spiranac, Why would you want to join Bob Does Sports full-time as a fourth member? Paige can kind of float around, right? She's got the clout, she's got the big brand. So if she could do one-off matches with all these different people, why make the case for her to be a fourth full-time member, knowing that there would be certain obligations like travel and a busy schedule that would come with that? The short answer is that she would be joining a rocket ship that's headed straight to Mars. Bob always says to the moon, to Mars. Truth is, the guy is a social media genius, and now this group channel is doing really, really well. And so if you were to look at the YouTube golf landscape, there's just no better option than a 3-person group open to a fourth member, and their channel is growing as quickly as it is. Paige is a very intelligent woman, and she knows what she's doing with social media. Also, some might say you have the Mr. and the Mrs. Paige is the prom queen, Robbie is the prom king. I mean, think about it. Those two together right there in one channel, that would be something electric. And so Paige knows what she's doing there. Joining Bob Does Sports as the fourth man or fourth woman would be like Grant joining Good Good. It would be like Micah leaving his 9-to-5 and coming back to YouTube to resume GM Golf with Garrett. It's a no-brainer. Some may even say a career maker. And I know that Paige's career is already made. She's already killing it. So why join Bob Does Sports? Paige has her own successful YouTube channel. She has over 300,000 subscribers. She can just go out and do solo course vlogs and rake in the YouTube ad rev money. Well, my theory is that maybe Paige is at a place in her career where she doesn't want to be in the driver's seat anymore. Bobby's driving and the guy knows what he's doing. You got the jet, you got big ticket, you got doing things media, kind of driving them forward with breezy golf. What about a breezy women's line and Paige is the face of it? I don't know, I'm just spitballing here. But if you're Paige, rather than always trying to come up with new ideas for YouTube videos, how about just let Benjamin take it? Just let the big ticket do it. Let Robbie Berger drive you to the promised land, sit in that open seat in the back and say, you know what? Maybe I want to take 6 months off social media. Maybe Instagram is exhausting. Maybe I'm tired of having to post selfies and do brand deals. What if I just want to take some time off but still make money? That is the seat for Paige. I know I said this video would have 3 parts, but if you're still watching, I appreciate you. This is the bonus segment. So in the last video, if you didn't see it, I talked about Robbie and Paige possibly being a power couple. Robbie shared to his story a picture of him with Paige, his arm was around her, and they both shared their stories, and I was just thinking, well, could there be something there? And update on that. So Paige posted, right, Robbie commented under Brilliantly Dumb, maybe I'm biased, but real special stuff coming out of slide 6. Paige responds and says, next time look like you actually want to stand next to me. I don't know about you, but this kind of feels like middle school. It's being like playful, mean to each other. There's a little bit of that vibe between these two where it's like we don't like each other, but maybe underneath the surface there's more there. Comment down below. I mean, what do you think's going on with Robbie standing so far away from Paige in that picture, and Paige basically saying, get closer to me. I mean, I'm reading between the lines, but she basically is saying, get closer to me, Robbie. So is that still something that could be brewing? I think that would just shatter the golf social media space. Robbie and Paige, that would absolutely call for some more videos on this channel. So that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm Dougie from the Golf Clan. Make sure to subscribe. I'm gonna keep you posted on all the new developments with Bob Does Sports and golf YouTube space. We'll see you next time.